What's up YouTube? Welcome to Code with Lakshit. So in this tutorial, I'll explain you how you can interact with the database. So database like SQL, MySQL, and there are many more, but we will use the SQL database. So it is an SQLite database. So guys, why it is important is, if you're following my previous tutorial, we will create a bookstore where we know that we have to store these books at some place, and that's why we are creating this database. It is useful to store that books in this database. So first of all, let me teach you what is this database and how it can be used in the storage of that books. So let's begin. First of all, we will import SQLite. Then it is pre-installed in your Python modules. That's why you don't have to install it. After that, we will create a function. Let's say create table, and here first we will establish the connection. For that, we'll create a variable connect. After that, what we have to do is SQLite dot connect, and here we have to create a database file. Let's say lite dot db. db extension is database extension. After that, we have to console it dot equals to option dot cursor. Okay, we have established the connection. What's next? After that, guys, we will put some we will create some tables. For that, you have to use this variable, and after that you have to use this execute method, and in this execute method type and make sure that you interact with the database in the uppercase letter. That's why you have to put the keywords in the uppercase letter. In this case, create table if not exist. Then you have to type the store name or table name. In my case, it's store, and here you have to put the values which you want to pass. Let's say first item, and it's a text. You have to put the item name, and after that you will put the quantity, and it's an integer, and after that you will create a price, and it's a real value. You have to put real here, and after that we have to commit the connection, commit, and then close the connection. Okay, our table has been successfully created. Now let's execute this code, save it. Python database.py. Okay, we have not got the error, and the file has been successfully created, like.db. Here you can see. And now guys, we'll create another function where we will insert the values in this table. So for that, create function insert, insert, and in this insert we will pass three values. First is item, and then is what's that, quantity, and then price. Okay, now guys, we have to again establish a connection with the database. For that, we will simply again copy it and paste it here. After that, we will insert the values. For that, we use cur dot execute, and here we use insert and insert into store values, and here we have to pass the values. So one way of doing is you have to pass the values here like this, but it's not a good way. You have to put a question mark here, and what you have to do is in this question marks you have to pass the value of this item, then quantity, and at last its price. And then guys, what's next step? You have to close the connection, commit the connection first, commit, and at last you have to close the connection. And then if we try to execute it, insert and pass the values here. Let's say phone, then quantity of phone, let's say 2, then price would be, let's say, $300. Save it. Python database .py. Okay, we have not got any error, so it has been successfully created and insert the value here. Now it's time to view these values. For that, you have to create another function. Let's name it view, and then again you have to create a connection. Then you have to execute it, and in this execute you have to select all from store. And now guys, you have to fetch this dot fetch all, and then you have to close the connection, and now at last. Okay, the better way is to store this fetch value in the variable. Let's say name this variable fth equals to this value, and now we will return this value, return fth. So guys, now simply print this view function, save it, Python database .py, run it. You will get the data stored in your database. And if you pass more values here, like if I remove this and add here, let's say mm, box quantity 100, price 400, point, let's say 45, save it, run it, database.py. You will get the first value and the second value. So guys, this is how you work with database. So that's all for this tutorial. Thank you, and meet you in the next tutorial.